and enamel pins tomorrow. Hey, Captain. Yeah, it's been a little while. Yeah, I did get my donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That was super nice. Let's see. How have you been? It's been a little bit. Work schedule and mine don't line up. Yeah, I totally get that. I get off work every day at 5, so I kind of have to work around my dumb day job. So I totally get that. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm trying to come up with a consistent schedule. So far, Mondays and Wednesdays are a solid schedule, and then sometimes I stream on Fridays as well. Hey Red, what's up? You work anywhere from 4-hour days to 12 depending on the needs of the clinic, also studying for your test. Oh, are you taking like, I don't know what kind of tests you take, because you said you're a nurse, right? Yeah, this guy is still up there, thank goodness. I think we might have some problems if it's not. You know, the oceans going haywire and everything. My coworker told me that there's a blue moon tonight, which I thought was pretty cool. It was crazy at work today. I was coming back from my lunch break, and I noticed my coworker, she drives a Jeep, and like she parked really funky, so I was just like, maybe she was, just in a hurry and kind of parked a little goofy. I get inside, and my other coworker, she's going to her lunch. Hey Undisputed, what up? But she was going to her lunch, and then she like turned around and came back inside, and I was like, did you forget something? And she's like, no, such and such parked way too close to my car, and I'm afraid to back out and hit her car. And so, like, okay, that's weird. So they both go outside to go check it out, because, you're gonna watch the stream while playing Tiny Tina's? That's so cool. I love Tiny Tina. But yeah, so apparently the end-all be-all of the story is that someone straight up hit her Jeep as a hit and run and hit it so hard that it like scooched it all the way over to the right side of a parking spot and almost hit my other coworker's car. Yeah, like, I don't know how any of us didn't hear it, and I don't know how her car alarm didn't go off, but our security officer lady who works in our office, she went through the cameras, and we found the dude who did it, and there's a whole police report and everything now. She got a big old dent on her bumper. You're a certified medical assistant. You're preparing for the certified professional coder test. Trying to get a career going. Well, good luck. I hope you do well on your test. That sounds hard. I was pretty good at the sciences, but once I got to like chemistry and stuff, I kind of got a little confuzzled. And chemistry is a huge part of that, so I was like, you know what? Maybe I should go for a different career path. But I hope it goes well. Study hard. I know that stuff is hard. I had a lot of friends in the medical field. A lot of Joel's family is too. This stuff's rough. The thing with this test, you have to use your books. It's all about finding the answers. Oh, okay. Are you allowed to, like, mark in your book? Or, like, put sticky notes or anything in areas that you think will be important? Like, are you allowed to leave those in there for the test? I know that might, like, of course, help you find the areas, but or find the things that might be most important. Because I know when I was still in college, at least in the biology program, they allowed us to fill out a note card of notes and stuff and anything that was on the review. So wasn't sure if it was kind of like that, where you're kind of able to help yourself a little bit. You don't highlight and it's not recommended. 3 books and 2 of them are thick as a phone book. Follow the rules, read the instructions. Yep. That sounds about right. Yeah, I do not miss taking tests. I didn't have like hardcore test anxiety, but I had it enough that it was still kind of rough. Oops. I remember one of the like last tests I had to take was when I was already in art school. It was like an art history course, and that stuff was so. A lot of it was really boring and really redundant. Some of it was interesting, but a lot of it was pretty boring. Pretty sure I got an A in that class though, so I guess I paid attention enough. the thing about this career, it's mostly work from home. Become the shut-in and just roll out of bed and work. Yeah, I can get behind that. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this stuff full time and basically only see people when I want to. Which would mainly be at like conventions and stuff. And of course like my own friends and stuff. So I'm not super social anyway. I'm always so busy, and if I was able to work from home, then I probably wouldn't be nearly as busy and could actually have some kind of free time. I have so many backlogged games that I need to play that I plan on playing some of them on here once I get to a decently caught up spot on all of my projects. Okay, I think that should be pretty good. Let's see. Oh yeah. So if I don't delete this, then it'll try to save it as a PDF. Not a PDF, a PSD. Let's see. Stickers. Luna. Artemis. Diana. There we go. And then just undo, delete. Now we'll get Appa. Oh my god, what did I just do? Undo, go back. Cancel. Okay. I was like, I don't know what I just hit. Oh, jeez. Okay. Zoom back out just a little bit. Yeah, so this whole set, including this one that I just did, they are all a part of 2023's Patreon Pin Club for my Patreon, obviously. I am so redundant when I talk, I swear. But, yeah, so this is January through December for Pin Club for this year. So, of course, January was Terriermon and Lotmon, February was Kilala, March, Pochita, April, Kurama, May, Chopper, June, Gigi, July, Pen, August, Luna, Artemis, and Diana, September, Appa, October, Blair, November, Munchlax, and December, Monokuma. Oh my god, I always forget his name. But yeah, these are the 12 designs that I created for this year's Pin Club, and each month I try to preemptively get them made with my manufacturer, so that way I have them for that month to mail out to everybody. And anybody who pledges to the Pin Club, they get recently I've been, well, most of them have been doing 2.5 inch, but some of them have been coming up pretty massive, like the this one Pen, he came out huge. Like, you don't think 2.5 inches is very big until you're holding an enamel pin of it. And so I think going forward I might do 2 inches. Yeah, he's a huge Pen. But I think going forward I might do 2 inches because I got Appa made as a 2-inch enamel pin, and he's a much more optimal size. But yeah. I'm already trying to figure out next year's stuff too. For 2024, I think we're going to do the theme of characters that stole the show. So any characters that are not the main character that kind of became fan favorites over the main character. Kind of like Gojo from JJK, Kakashi from Naruto, or Itachi from Naruto. So I have been compiling a list. I posted a poll on my Patreon, but not everybody's super lively over there. So I kind of posted in my Discord, and me and one of my best friends have kind of been mulling it over on our own. But yeah, that's what these are. I haven't designed any other new enamel pins so far this year. I had plans for a lot of different ones, but things just kind of fell through, unfortunately. But I do love this set because they're all cute little anime animals. Probably make a few extra Appa. Appa's always popular. Duplicate. Speaking of which, after TerrorCon, which is not this weekend but next, I need to place the order for the next for October, so for Blair. Okay, let me see if that's a good enough distance apart. Okay, good. Nobody's touching. No touchy. I'm surprised there's no funkiness around the horns, because that's usually where I miss a spot. But these actually turned out pretty good. There we go. Now little baby Appas are ready to print. Let me delete that. Delete that. Well, let's see this. Appa. Okay, so now I'm done with Photoshop, so I can just close this. Okay, and then another Patreon project that I have is I have 2 sticker clips. So I have an original art one that I was working on yesterday where we chose a fast food theme, and I decided to go with crossing that with animals. So that's why we had a pigeon with a box of fries, a cat with a box of nuggets, and a Shiba Inu in a Korean corn dog. So each month with the sticker clubs, we go through and we vote for what that particular theme is, which tomorrow I need to post on there and figure out what to do for next month. I'm so bad at coming up with ideas. I'm trying to become more like broad, that way I can have more leeway with coming up with everything. And for the fandom sticker club, we voted on between different genres of video games, and the ones that got the most votes were RPG, cozy games, and horror. So originally I didn't get the vote for the horror games until like I had already sketched the first 3. So I was like, ah, crap, because I just did a mixture between RPG and cozy games, which is like what I have here with Cloud and Red 13. Yes, with Cloud and Red 13 as Animal Crossing characters. And so I was like, okay, quickly scramble for a horror character. So I crossed Pyramid Head with Bendy and the Ink Machine, which Bendy and the Ink Machine isn't technically a cozy game, but I would consider it more of like a cute-ish kind of game. And I just had the idea of drawing Pyramid Head in a Bendy and the Ink Machine style, so I thought it would be cute. So I just kind of went with that. I was gonna grab something, and I don't know what it was now. Okay. Oh well, does not matter. I had to pull some... Oh, I was gonna print those pictures. I had to pull some images earlier before I started stream. That way I got Cloud's clothing correct. Because his stuff isn't super complicated, but at least I wanted to make sure that I got the chest piece and everything right. Let me pull up Cricut so I can get that printed. Trying to decide what I want to dress up as for TerrorCon. I was thinking about like young Michael Afton from FNAF, like when he wears the Foxy mask. But I'm not sure. I would have to order a Foxy mask because I do not want to make it, because I will not have the time to do it. Ba-da-bam-ba-bam. Nope, I gotta send Stace what I need for Monopoly. Let's see, switch this over to Luna and the other kitties. Let's see. Luna. Dun, 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 dun. Fortunately, I don't have a whole lot of patrons right now, so I only have to print like 1 sheet so far. I mean, I'd love to have more, but since I'm kind of already on a time crunch, it works out that I just have to print 1 sheet. So, there we go. Send a printer. Not my Rollo printer. Has to be the Canon one. Okay. That should be printing. Oh, Forgot it. I might do Tifa another time. Since these were for Patreon, I only do 3 stickers. And I like to do like a character from one single thing at a time. I have drawn Tifa before though. She's my favorite. Sorry, having to send screenshots to Stacy. Speaking of Stacy, today is her birthday, so if you guys want to send some love to my best friend, DIY Red Wine, for her birthday, that'd be super sick. I think I just screenshotted the same thing twice. Shit. Now I've lost count. I don't know what's happening. Also, if you hear yelling in the background, that is just Joel. He is playing video games. Okay, anyways, I got that sent over. Now I can get started on this. I have to remember how to do things in Clip. Let's see. Well, I need to put all of these over. That way all my lines and stuff are together. Okay, now it should be good. Right, this is the pen I was using. Yeah, that looks the same. Nope. Oops. Not having the stabilize button for Patreon or Patreon. Oh my god, there's too many things that start with P. For Procreate, I'm having to get used to having to do everything manually again, which is annoying. My favorite Pokemon type? Um, this is gonna sound pretty cliche, but I think probably that's tough because I like a lot of different kinds of Pokemon. I would say aesthetically probably Ghost type. But I think my top 5 favorite types would probably be Ghost, Psychic, and Fire. But I like a lot of different kinds of Pokemon. But I am pretty partial to those in particular. What about you? What are your favorite Pokemon types, everybody? Oh yeah, Dragon type. I totally forgot. Water for life. You stopped following Pokemon after Gen 4. Can't keep up. Yeah, that's totally fair. There have been like 8 bajillion Pokemon. Your top 5 is Ghost, Poison, Dragon, Fighting, and Steel types. Yeah, those are all really good. I really like Dragon types too. I say that those are my top, but my favorite Pokemon of all time. And I swear, if anyone says the stupid thing in this chat, I'm gonna yell at you about Vaporeon. I will yell at you. Because Vaporeon is my favorite character. Favorite Pokemon of all time. Gen 1 through 4 is best in your opinion? Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. Those are the ones that I primarily grew up with. So, those are the most nostalgic to me. No, I can't say. Just Google Vaporeon. You'll find it. I don't know where it came from, but it's this stupid pervy thing that people say. Yeah, just take my word for it, man. Don't look at it. It's a trap, honestly. Your favorites are Gengar and Dragonite. Well, favorites from Gen 1. My favorite Gen 1 Pokemon would probably be Vaporeon, Gengar for sure. Probably Charizard. I know that's pretty basic, but everybody loves Charizard. I too love Dragonite. Dragonite is one of my favorite in general. Like, I love all stages of Dragonite. Like, I love Dratini, I love Dragonair, I love Dragonite. Do I think that it makes sense, the evolution line? Probably not. No, it's kind of weird, but I love them regardless. Especially, I love how derpy Dragonite looks a lot. You're just so cute. Let's see. Gen 1. For sure, Vaporeon, Gengar, but honestly, I prefer Haunter, so it'd probably be Vaporeon, Haunter, Charizard. Oh, speaking of Pokemon, you had your Charmeleon graded by the PSA. Guess what score it got? I don't know. I don't know how that scoring works. I don't know what numbers are high or low. Was it really good? Because if so, that's really cool. Excuse me. 1 to 10? So is like 1 high or low? 10 being mid. Okay, was it an 8? You love most dragon type Pokemon that have been made. Yeah, dragon types are really cool. I also just generally like dragons. So I'm definitely with you on that. Dragons be cool. Oh, also from Gen 1, Arcanine. I love Arcanine. I'm super partial to like fluffy, adorable Pokemon. Okay, Undisputed says 6. What was it? How about this? You give 3 tries to guess a number and you get it right. 8 and 6 are off the table. Okay. Let's try 9. Wrong? Okay. 5. Undisputed said 7. I was gonna say 7, but since he already said 7, I had to change it. 5 is right! Woo! I guess it was lucky that Undisputed picked 7, because that was definitely what I was gonna say. 5 is still nice. That's dope! That's awesome! I may eventually try to get some of my older Pokemon cards from when I was a kid graded, because I was pretty good about keeping them pretty safe, because they've been in a binder pretty much since I was like 6 years old. About the only time they came out is when my weird ass would take them out and change how I organized them. So at first I organized them by their Pokedex number, and then I organized them by type, and then I organized them by how else did I organize them? I organized them from my favorites, and then I organized them, I think, not Pokedex order, but I think I ordered them. I got a new patron? Aw, that's so sweet. Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all you guys so much. That's super nice. Thank you. I send lots of cool stuff every month. So with the $2, did you want fandom stuff, or did you want original stuff, or did you want it to be a surprise? You play these games with people. When I throw in a prize, they really work for it. Yeah, I think that's like human nature. Everybody's like, I want a thing. I want the thing. Whatever this thing is. A surprise? Okay, cool. Cool. Then it will be a surprise each month. That's super fun. I think I want to start playing like little games kind of like that too, like guess the water Pokemon, or guess the okay, here's one. If you guys know Digimon, I want to see if you can guess my favorite Digimon. A 5 grading is excellent per PSA, not worth much, but it's great sentimental value. That's awesome! You don't know a thing about digital monsters? That's okay. I love Digimon. I watched so much of both Digimon and Pokemon growing up as a kid. You can't name a single one. That's okay. Digimon wasn't for everybody. It was... I mean, I feel like you were either like super into Pokemon or you were super... depending on like when you grew up. Because I was born in the early 90s. So like I was there for primarily all of the like jump to Pokemon and Digimon. Your first reaction when you saw that was, what's this knockoff Pokemon? That's fair. I imagine a lot of people had that same reaction. Just like, they're riding off the coattails of Pokemon, off its success. But I love both. They're both super nostalgic for me. They definitely remind me of my teeny tiny childhood. I know Undisputed and Red both know Yu-Gi-Oh! Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up? Or at all? Because I know I watched the crap out of that too. Hell yeah? Yeah! I have said this, I believe, in a previous stream, but what do you think my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster is? If you can remember them. If you can remember their names. Or describe them, I guess. Any of you can answer that. Dark Magician Girl? Nope. She is one of my favorites, but she's not my complete favorite. I believe she is Undisputed's favorite, though, for sure. That was another show / card game series that I collected the crap out of them. I believe my boyfriend's favorite is Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon, which I love that one too. He's so cute, so angry looking. Man, I really thought Undisputed was going to chime in on this one. Anytime there's any talks of Yu-Gi-Oh, those two are jumping on it. Him and Red. You actually had your Dark Magician Girl card graded also, and it got a 9? Dang! Sick! That's crazy. Actually, my favorite Digimon, I can't remember if she had like a specific name or Digimon. My favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster is specifically the red-headed Harpy Lady, like the main first one that Mai uses, and Kuribo. Those are like my number 1 and number 2. I have been trying to collect all of the Harpy Ladies since I got older and like had my own money. Yeah, OG Run for Life for sure. Which arm has the... Okay, that one's just a regular glove. That's what I thought. But, my favorite Digimon of all time. I know you won't know the name whenever I say it. But it's Gabumon from the very first Digidestined. He is like this blue and purple and yellow, like little dog looking guy, and he has like a unicorn horn. Yeah, that one. He's my favorite. He also turns into like a giant wolf and then a giant werewolf. He's my favorite boy. And then my second favorite is Gatomon, but more specifically Angiwoman. So like the female angel Digimon. Too much going on with the evolutions. Yeah, you're not entirely wrong about that. It's even worse in the video games. Like, they get wild. And they don't make sense. But they're fun. Did I do that? Okay, I did do that on a different layer. But as far as like the games go, I primarily played Pokemon rather than Digimon. Just because I feel like the Pokemon games were a lot more readily available to me as well. But I did watch the crap out of both of the shows. And I never played the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. I just collected the cards. The Digimon game on the PS1 was crazy hard. Yeah. The Digimon games are hard. Like, they're just kind of complicated. Especially when it came to the evolutions and trying not to screw up. Because there was one, I can't remember if it was like... I can't remember which game it was, but there was... If you like messed up giving them something, or like you messed up the evolution, then they turned into like the poop Digimon, and you had to start over. Yeah, I don't remember what that one's called. I'd have to ask Joel. He's played a lot more of the Digimon games than I had. Forgot what I was doing. You have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that you would like graded. Cost about $100 to have 3 cards graded with a standard turnaround time. Rather pricey. Yeah, that sounds hella pricey. Just like, man, why is everything so expensive? I have I can't remember a whole lot of what Yu-Gi-Oh cards I have. I know I have one of the Harpy Ladies. I have Dark Magician. I know I have Red Eyes Black Dragon. And I believe I have Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Karibo. Like a bajillion of the trap cards and like Rebirth, Pot of Greed. I remember being a little kid and everybody was trying to find the pieces of Exodia. You have so many magician cards? Yeah. I can imagine. Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, in general, were always really popular. A first edition Blue Eyes White Dragon is one of the most sought out after with a high grading. Yeah, I can definitely imagine that. I don't remember. We might have a Blue Eyes, but I don't remember how good of a condition it is. And that one we got from Joel's best friend / my best friend's boyfriend. Because he had a whole bunch that he didn't want anymore. So we went through and took all the ones that we wanted, which I think there was like a handful of pretty good cards. Like a couple of Dark Magicians. I believe there was a Blue Eyes. I can't remember completely offhand, but I'm pretty sure there was a Blue Eyes in there. It would be pretty cool to get those graded and see what kind of rating they would get. Nope. Why is my eraser so massive? What happened here? There's a serial number on each card. Look up the number and check the price to see if it's worth grading. The older the better. Some people make careers with trading cards. Yeah, I've seen that. That stuff's insane. I'll have to look. Oops. So, I was talking about this last stream. We just got back from a convention in Colorado, which it was super fun. But it got me remembering that I wanted to find a bunny figure of Power from Chainsaw Man. And so I started looking around because I didn't find it at the con. But I started looking around on eBay when we got home, and they have one, but it is massive. Like, it's 1/4 scale, I think it said. And I'm like, alright, I want one, but I don't want one that big. Like, I don't need figures that big. I'm running out of space for stuff. But I definitely still want to try to find one that's not massive. Yeah, too big. Like, I don't even buy plushies that are too big anymore because I'm like, I don't have room for all this shit. Like, I love collecting stuff, but at some point it becomes too much. I have started buying like smaller, like little figures that can like live on my desk. Like, I love those little chibi figures where they're called like look up figures that like sit on your desk. I think they're super cute. And I've been trying to buy one of Gojo from JJK, but I think because he has 2 different heads, one with the blindfold and one without, I think the cheapest I've seen him for so far has been like $60, which I think these figures normally go for like 30 or 40, if I remember correctly. I don't know if he costs more normally, but like the typical figures with just the single head, I believe they usually go for like 30. But I want one of Gojo so bad. And I honestly don't really care if they come with the box with that one, because the box is super basic and I don't really care. And I don't feel like those have a super big resale value. You used to collect Figmas, ran out of room because you switched to books. Had some cool things that sold on eBay fast. Yeah, I had to turn around and sell some of the stuff that I had collected because like I said, I love collecting stuff, but at a certain point you kind of become not as attached to certain things. So you're like, okay, am I emotionally attached to this still? No? Okay. And then time to sell it. Sounds like they're having fun back there. Yeah, you definitely don't need merch to establish a connection. Yeah, definitely not. I just like collecting things. And mainly, I have kind of switched to collecting items from said show that is like fan art, like other artists that I follow. Because a lot of merchandise, like official merch, is pretty like boring and the same stuff all the time. So I tend to lean more towards like smaller artists doing stuff lately. because I have a lot of stuff. Like, I collect pop figures, but I'm super selective about the pop figures. Like, I have to really want the figure to actually invest the money. Because, like, one of my favorite ones that he lives on my desk is Aizawa from My Hero Academia, the one where he's in his little sleeping bag, and he's just so cute. And he lives like right underneath my computer screen, and he's probably one of my favorites at the moment. As far as pop figures go. Oh, the music stopped. I wonder if I hit the end of this YouTube video. Yep, I hit the end of the music video. Let's see. Free Vigigame music. Because I don't want to get copyright claims. But I also don't want music that's gonna make me tired. Otherwise, I would just play a whole bunch of lo-fi music. But lo-fi music makes me extremely sleepy. But lately, I've been kind of, like I said, kind of being way more selective about what I collect. Because I like a lot of characters, but I kind of try to narrow it down to like my favorite characters. Like, I collect a lot of Gabumon stuff. I collect a lot of Kakashi stuff. A lot of I don't have much of Gojo yet, but like that kind. Like, I try to be a lot more selective, especially since I do have quite a bit of collection at this point. Also, I like trying to find kind of obscure things because I find them cool. You had a minimalist purge in 2020 and sold a lot of your physical items in Figmas. That was a turbulent year. Yeah, I definitely feel that. I feel like a lot of people did that, honestly. I didn't necessarily do like a quote unquote purge, but I definitely spent a day going through a lot of the things that I collect. Undisputed, I don't know what part of the conversation you left out as, but I asked what everybody thought my favorite Digimon was, and I already told it. And same thing with my favorite Digimon, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character, and now we're talking about like collecting things. Yeah, so now we were kind of talking about like how recently I've become a lot more selective whenever it comes to collecting things like figures and stuff. Like, I kind of try to narrow it down to, like, yeah, I might like this character, but are they my favorite? Or, like, do I have, like, a strong enough emotional connection to this character to keep it? Because, like, um, not too long ago, I don't know if any of you guys have seen them, but I think they call them ramen toppers. There's these little figures where they look like they're sitting on something, and so they came out with a full set of Demon Slayer ones. So they had like the main three boys, Nezuko, and all nine Hashira. And I was like, I want these. I want them. I was on a mission because I was like, I think they're so cute, and I love Demon Slayer's art style. I think they're adorable, and I love like a good chunk of the characters. And originally, I was going to get them all, but as I was, buying them, I bought like a lot of them. Like they were, hey babe, everybody, this is Stace. Tell her happy birthday. Today is her birthday. But yeah, so I bought like a 6 or 7. I don't remember how many. I got like a good chunk of these figures, these ramen toppers, and I got. So I think it came with the main three boys: Nezuko, Shinobu, Gyu, Rengoku,
Moichiro.
Kanao. It came with basically everybody besides Mitsuri, Obanai, and Tengen. And I had Muichiro um and Usui, is that his name? Regardless, the the sound Hashira, and I was like, I don't care about these two. Like, I don't have a problem with them. I don't dislike their character, but I don't connect with them. And so I was like, I'm gonna sell these two. So now I just have the main ones that I care about, which is, like I said, basically all of them. I just need to get Obanai and Misuri, and then my collection for that will be complete, which I can get them on Amazon for like $20 each. I just have not done it. Oh, Stace, we were talking about favorite Pokemon types. I know you really like him, and you can never find anything of him, but is Drowsy? Because I know you also really like Flareon and Gengar. Is Drowsy your favorite Pokemon, or is it Flareon, Stace? Or is Flareon just your favorite evolution? Okay, I cannot draw the second leg. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's a hard one. Drowsy is your spirit animal, but you think Flareon's your fave? Drowsy is a mood for sure. See, my girl is like narcoleptic. She gets cozy or comfy. She's like a cat. She just passes the fuck out wherever she lies. wherever she's at. If she gets comfy and cozy, she's gone. She's out. She's down for the count. But yeah, Drowsy's a mood. We love Drowsy in this house. I'm trying to think of like what Pokemon I identify the most with. Because Vaporeon is my favorite. But like which Pokemon do I identify with the most? I'm trying to think. Because that's hard. There's a lot of really cute Pokemon and stuff. And oh, that's not the button that I wanted. No, copy and paste. There we go. That was the button I wanted. I'm trying to think. Because I like a lot of Pokemon. Flip horizontal. There we go. See, that's your problem. You like a lot of them, but Drowsy just speaks to you. Yeah, like Vaporeon has always been my favorite. I will say my favorite legendary has always been Entei, and I wholeheartedly blame what is it, Pokemon Forever? Psyduck for you, constant headache and anxiety. I feel that. I feel that so hard. That's definitely a mood. Trying to think. I don't know why I can't think of Pokemon right now. Like, why is my brain stupid? Lugia? I love Lugia. I love Lugia because Lugia has hands for wings. I also think Lugia is really cool though. My favorite of the legendary birds though is always going to be Articuno. I don't know why. I just think Articuno is really pretty. Pokemons. Let's see. Ye olde Pokemons. Give me the Pokedex. Pokedex. Not Pokédex. That's a different site. Pokedex. Oh my god. There we go. Pokedex. Let's see. I don't want your cookies. You weird website. Load more Pokemon. Oh, I forgot. Dude, Slowpoke. I friggin' love Slowpoke. And all of his iterations. Slowpoke is my boy. He makes me so happy. Oh no. I forgot about him for a moment. I also, like I said, I love Dragonite, I love Mew. I love all of the evolutions. All of the evolutions are definitely faves. Oh, Girafarig. I know Girafarig is Gen 2, but I love Girafarig. I had a big thing with giraffes when I was a kid. I don't know why, but I love Girafarig. Entei, of course. Entei will always be my favorite legendary. for sure. I also love that every generation comes out with a discount Pikachu. Like Minun and Pulsey. Oh, I also love Banette and Absol. Oh, and Luxray. Munchlax is really cute too. And Frostlass. And like I said earlier, I really love Arcanine as well. I don't know if I really have like a spirit animal Pokemon. Stacy, what is my spirit animal Pokemon, since you probably know me better than any other human in existence? Tell me these things, because I apparently don't know myself. Oh shit. My chat was going. Let's see. Lugia. Okay. Or Slowpoke, because you dissociate in certain moments. Dude, I dissociate like 90% of the day. Like, my brain does not know how to compute. Moltres on the boards. You're just choosing fire. You basic bitch. That's okay. I mentioned Charizard earlier, and I also felt basic because of that. Another thing is you have the original guidebook to Red and Blue on Game Boy. Oh yes, I love those. Man, I wish that I had kept all my stuff from when I was a kid for like my Game Boy and stuff. Slowking is the best. I like I said, I love Slowpoke. Slowpoke is my boy. Your mom loves Lickitung. Really? I guess I can see that. Lickitung is pretty cute. Machamp and Lucario, your favorite fighting types? Yeah. Favorite starter of all time? Togepi. Clefairy. Are you saying I'm like Togepi? Are you saying I'm a crybaby? Is that what this is? Is this the truth bomb that I'm getting grenaded with right now? That's not nice. Bubba! I met Bubba. If that's what you meant by that, with Togepi. That's really rude. My favorite starter of all time? Probably Charizard. Spirit animal. Hey, I would have taken Slowpoke over Togepi. Togepi's a little bitch. But Togepi does hit like a bus once it evolves into Togekiss. Once it gets past its crybaby stage. Your favorite starter is a tile between Infernape and Sceptile. Chikorita for you. Squirtle for you. Togepi is sweet. Togepi is a cute little baby. But I also just think of that Pokemon movie where all the other Pokemon were trying to keep Togepi from crying. It was a whole thing. But yeah, Charmander for sure. Like, I love a bunch of them, but none of them are as, like, iconic. And, like, he was my first starter. And it's like your first love. You'll never truly forget them, no matter how badly you might want to. They are with you forever. The first movie broke the plane. Yes. Dude, Pokemon movies were so good. I mean, they're still like good, but oh my gosh, like the Mewtwo Strikes Back, like ugh, I don't even know how many times I've watched that movie. That movie is probably one of my top favorite movies of all time. Because like you can beat that hype and that like the I can't remember the guy who voices Mewtwo, but like his voice is just so good. Yes, the soul in those movies. Like I remember sitting there bawling my eyes out when Ash died, quote unquote, and just poor little baby Pikachu trying to wake him up. Like my poor little child heart couldn't handle that kind of trauma as a small child. They're talking about making another live action of Pokemon, but they haven't said what it will be. He's yeah. Ash is dead. Ash is. We're probably just seeing Ash in the afterlife. That's all this is. That's why he's been 12 for 25 years. Dude, if they make another live action, I'd probably be okay with it because the first one was actually really good. Dude, he's not even in the show anymore. It's not even about him anymore. It's crazy. But I am a firm believer to the theory that the girl that the show is following now is Ash's kid. Stacey, did you ever have a favorite Digimon? Did you ever watch Digimon? I don't remember if you ever talked about watching it, because I know for sure, of course, you watched Pokemon. Well, see, there's a whole thing, like, the girl who took over, like, the quote-unquote Ash position in the new show, she looks very similar to Ash, and she wears, I think, a necklace that looks like the symbol that was on his hat in the OG anime. So there's lots of speculation. It's never been confirmed or denied, but I feel like she's his daughter. The orange T-Rex. Oh my goodness. Veronica Taylor will always be Ash, yes. But Ash doesn't exist in the show anymore, and I don't know why. I don't know why after all this time they're just like, and we're done with Ash. And that orange T-Rex is called Agumon. Stace. Are you just saying that because that's Dustin's favorite, or do you actually like Agumon? You actually like that one? You didn't know that was his favorite? I think his favorite is actually Omnimon, which is a combination between Agumon and Gabumon, the like blue doggish looking one with the horn. That's my favorite. I believe his favorite is Omnimon, which is the combination of those two in their like ultimate forms, like fusion dance. Okay, so another game. What is everybody's favorite ghost type Pokemon? Mine's Haunter. Hands down, Haunter. For show, for show. Same. Hands. Yeah. Yeah, ghost Pokemon are just legit in general. I also really like Banette and Phantom because they have really cool, creepy Pokedex entries. Okay, besides starters, favorite fire type Pokemon. So you cannot say a starter. You have to pick a different fire type Pokemon. Mine is Arcanine. Also, fun fact about me when I was a small child, because of the episode where it goes over James when he was a kid and his Growlithe that he named it Growly. So for the majority of my life, I just thought Growliths were called Growly. I didn't realize that they were called Growlithe until I started actually paying attention to the names of Pokemon, and I was like, oh, I'm just dumb. I was not paying attention. So yeah, for a good portion of my life, I thought Growliths were just Growlies instead of Growliths. Fun fact. Chandelure. Yes, I love Chandelure. Um, that's another one that has a really cool Pokedex entry. Vulpix is a close second. Yeah, I love Vulpix, but I prefer Ninetales, in my opinion. Um, favorite psychic type Pokemon. Mine is Gardevoir. If I had to choose just one. Because there are a lot of really cool psychic type Pokemon. Alakazam or Mr. Mime. You can say Gen 1. That's totally fine. Gardevoir, I believe is Gen 2 or Gen 3. But if I had to choose from Gen 1, I would say Alakazam. Well, isn't Jinx an ice type? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Jinx is an ice type. Either that or it's ice psychic. I can't remember. I'm bad at remembering typing. Because technically Charizard is both dragon and fighting now. Or fighting. Dragon and fire now. That's fine. 1 through 4 is dope because that is my main repertoire of Pokemon as well. Like, once it gets closer to Gen 6, I start forgetting names and the existence of most Pokemon because they start getting real weird. The games are so bad now. It's because they keep trying to stay consistently coming out with a new game like every year and a half, and they don't spend enough time refining the game itself versus like the gameplay. Went downhill when they discontinued the DS. I can probably agree with that. I think the last really good one, in my opinion, was X and Y. That was the last one that I actually recall finishing. The DS was where it was at, dude. The DS was just like a better Game Boy. You liked Sun and Moon? I wasn't a huge fan of Sun and Moon. It was very handholdy in my opinion. Oh yeah, no, I loved what was it, like Lunala is the legendary, I believe. I also thought the pseudo or not pseudo legendaries, the like minor legendaries in that one were pretty cool. It was just very handholdy. And being used to the old Pokemon games where like you were on your own, bud. They gave you a Pokemon and they said go. That's mainly why I never really strategized with Pokemon until I got much older, because like as a little kid I was just like, group up and hit it till it dies. And that was my manner of playing those games until I became an adult, and I was like, you can use these other things to like lower their speed and stuff, yada yada, instead of just trying to brute force everything. You mean they make their money from merchandise and the cards? The games make a small percentage of the Pokemon company's revenue. Yeah, no, I totally agree. The games really don't make them a good chunk of change anymore because of how big their merchandising has gotten. Because, like, they make a killing off of just cards and generalized merchandise. Like, anything that comes out for the Switch, they make it Pokemon themed or Pikachu themed or plushies or figures, this, that, or the other. You noticed there was a lot of hand holding? Yeah, that got on my nerves real fast. It was like playing a tutorial for the entire game. You're like, I'm an adult. Don't be holding my hand. Yeah, for real. It got really, really annoying. And yes, in Japan, Pokemon is plastered on everything. But I kind of enjoy it. I think it's so funny. It feels like Pokemon is almost like a mascot for the entire country of Japan. I do eventually want to go to Japan at some point. But I want to learn a lot more about the culture, because like of course like I know certain things about their culture, and like, you know, of course not from anime because that stuff's not actually real. But like their cultural practices and like stuff to just generally not be rude or uncultured. Because I want to learn a little bit of the language at least, and like I said, their customs and stuff, just so I don't look like an asshole. It's not. It's not what? Um, you want them to bring back Mega Evolutions? I want them to take away the nonsense that is this crystallized bullshit that is trying to be Mega Evolutions without being cool. Like, it makes it real. Dude, I wish that it was. Life would be so much more interesting if it was. It would also be way louder. Because you'd have a bunch of dudes screaming for 5 days to get a power up. Could you imagine? Okay, this should be one everybody could answer. If you could pick an anime world to live in, which one would you choose? You don't have to give reasoning if you don't want to. But, which one would you choose? I can't really choose any of my favorite anime because all of them would involve death pretty immediately. I feel like Full Metal Alchemist would be a good, like a happy medium. Because, like, as long as you're not in the military, I think you'd be alright. Like, even if you're an alchemist, it would be fine. Space Dandy. Oh man, I love Space Dandy. Space Dandy is so fun. Pokemon or Cowboy Bebop. If Pokemon was real, do you know how many small children would get eaten by Pokemon? Like, for real though. Oh, Soul Eater. That would be. Yeah, that's a good one, Stace. Dude, I love Soul Eater. I love Soul Eater so much. Soul Eater might be my second favorite anime of all time. If I had to choose one. I think it would be good too. You know, you make a very fair point. Pokemon is cool and it is very dark in certain aspects. It's so dark. There's so many dead kids. So many dead kids. The world would be terrifying. Electric birds and dragons, little mouse things that can generate 1,000,000 volts. Yes, the amount of people that would die from electrocution on a daily basis. Ah, a small mouse. Let me try to get it out of my house. Buzz buzz. Dude, I feel like the ghost Pokemon would probably just terrorize the shit out of you like Gengar does in that one episode. I know he's misunderstood and he just wants love because his trainer left him, but still, like, I feel like you'd be terrorized to death. The US changed the origin story compared to the Japanese version. Oh, really? Like how? You and Gengar would be buds? Yeah? I feel like having ghost Pokemon would be legit around Halloween. You could just go hide in graveyards and spook the crap out of little trick-or-treaters. Do ghost Pokemon live forever or are they already dead? I think that got explained. Ghost Pokemon are dead Pokemon, if I remember correctly. You're gonna make a confession. You never watched Pokemon. You just played Stadium and Game Boy Advance. That's fine. That's okay. To be fair, the show was not for everybody. The games were primarily where it was at. Aside from Team Rocket. Because James and Jesse were where it was at. I'm trying to decide who was my first, anime crush. I feel like it was probably James. Honestly. Dude, everybody had a huge crush on James. I mean, 1, look at the man. 2, listen to the man. James was a lovable clown, for real. I loved him. I still love him. I love him to pieces. We stand James in this house. I also, on another note, on the Yu-Gi-Oh note, I had a huge crush on Joey. And I think it was the accent. Or, the way he talked. I don't know why. He also probably reminded me of Shaggy. Misty is the obvious choice. Yeah, the redheaded tomboy is always the right choice. I mean, look at, what was her name? Frankie from, the Imaginary Friends show? The East Coast bro accent? Yeah, I was about it as a kid. And that was prior to me watching Inuyasha for the first time, and then a whole other world opened up for me. But it was probably James, Joey, and then Trunks. Yes. I loved him so much. I don't know why, man. The Brooklyn Rage, indeed. I don't know. Joey just hit different back then. I was into it. Trunks has the suffering aspect to him. Okay, yeah, he was probably the first, quote-unquote emo boy that I perpetually fell into that hellhole. I mean, he had purple hair, a sword, in a friggin' show where it was all about punching people in the face, and a little half jacket. How could you not? I mean, just look at him. Dude, the half jacket was a look. Trunks just needs love, okay? He just needs love and affection. I loved the 90s looks. I loved how diverse Bulma, her outfits were, and her hair. She went through different stages throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and all of them. Also, Bulma, not best girl in my opinion. 18 is best girl. He does get some relief in Dragon Ball Super, be it great suffering. Yeah, the dude was just built to suffer. It's okay. It's his character archetype. He was created to suffer. And that's okay. At least he didn't suffer as badly as Yamcha. Dude died like every other episode. Along with Krillin. But let's be real here. Krillin is the true winner of that show. Because he got 18. "18 is best girl. I like her and Krillin and Super. She puts the screws to him as a wife." Dude, 18 and Krillin are such a power couple. Like, I love them so much. Them and, of course, Vegeta and Bulma. Like, their archetypes as couples is just so good. And, like, growing up is realizing that you don't like Goku and that Vegeta is the best male character. Vegeta is the best husband and the best father. Hands down. I will take no arguments. There. I also really just couldn't get into Super. I don't know why. It was not my jam. Oh, I forgot I had his foot faced differently here. You also like how Krillin actually has a job as a cop. Goku is not a good provider. Goku is a damn fool. An idiot. Just so stupid. At least in Dragon Ball, when he was a kid, he was an ignorant alien. Just fine. He was ignorant. There's a difference between being ignorant and being stupid. And Goku is stupid. Because Vegeta too was ignorant at first, whenever he was first introduced. But he learned, and he became a better person. But yeah, I've always been in Krillin's corner. Even more so after he got 18, because 18 was my favorite. Chi-Chi did right by pushing Gohan to be an academic. I mean, yeah. As much as I hate Chi-Chi, you're not wrong. And I can't really, like, as an adult, I can't be that mad about Chi-Chi because, yeah, she's a total bitch, but I'd probably be a total bitch too if I'd married a dumbass like Goku. Like, dude, get your life together, man, please. Yeah, dude. She's grumpy for a reason. And then, I think that's what really makes me mad about Super, is that they made Goku so stupid. It's like, it was fine when he was just kind of goofy and ignorant, didn't really care about anything besides fighting, but, like, in Super, he straight up doesn't, like, know what kissing is, and I'm like, sir, you have 2 children. You have had 2 children for a very long time. Sir. I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with the show. No time to improve yourself when you're saving the world universe constantly. I mean, Vegeta did it. I don't know. I could go on about how much Dragon Ball pisses me off, but let's move on. Not trying to start any wars in the anime community. Like, yeah, Vegeta has a brain. For sure. Vegeta's got it all, except height. But we love a short king. We love a short king in this house. Because some of my favorite characters are short kings. One of which being Vegeta, Levi, and Edward Elric. Oh, but Stace, if you're still in the chat, speaking of Soul Eater, me and Joel are gonna get the sun and moon from Soul Eater tattoos. We played rock paper scissors and I lost, so I get the sun because we both wanted the moon. But yeah, we love a short king in this house. But I will say, Dragon Ball was one of the first, like, true anime that I watched. Because I ended up watching Dragon Ball because I think it came on before Sailor Moon. When I was a kid, before they moved it to Toonami. It was still on Cartoon Network. I think it came on right before... It came on after? It came on after Sailor Moon? I couldn't remember the order, because I watched one because of the other. Because I watched both. Hamtaro, Sailor Moon, DBZ, and then Gundam. How do you remember that? That's so funny. Cartoon Network brought actual anime to the West with dubs. No one had an idea that other world existed until you knew how to find it. Yeah, seriously. Like, the amount of anime that I used to watch on YouTube when I was younger, that's how I watched the entirety of Elfen Lied and how I started Bleach before I started watching Toonami. And that's how I watched a good chunk of Naruto Shippuden. Well, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. But dude, that's crazy. Hamtaro. Man, I haven't thought about Hamtaro in forever. Hamtaro, Sailor Moon, DBZ, then Gundam. Your sister was a Bleach and Naruto fanatic? I think me and your sister would be friends, my guy. DBC Canadian dub is funny. Oh no, I can only imagine. That's another thing. There's sometimes where, like, I will watch the dub versus the sub or vice versa. I cannot watch the sub of DBZ. Because Goku's voice is just ear bleeding to me. I can't do it. You were about DBZ? I was about it all, my friend. I was like, this shit's fucking cool. I want to watch all of it. So, I watched Hamtaro, I watched Sailor Moon, I watched DBZ, I wasn't super into Gundam, I watched it. Yeah, I know she's a woman. I think that's part of my issue with it. I don't know why. Dubs from the 90s are the only dub you ever watched. Really? I I watch a lot of the dubs because like I'm consistently always doing something else while I'm watching something. Like I can never just sit and watch a thing. But I will say there's some instances where I do prefer the sub over the dub because sometimes their voices just fit better. Like how I was talking about JJK, how the voice actor that they chose for Toji does not fit him in the dub. In the sub, perfect, spot on, love it, chef's kiss. But in the dub, they picked a voice actor he voices a character in Bungo Stray Dogs. I can't remember who it is. I think it's Chuya, maybe. But when I hear his voice, I think like a scrawny, skinny kid, not a fucking brick house looking dude who's like, I don't know. It just didn't fit for me. It didn't, I don't know. It threw me off the whole time. So with JJK, I kind of prefer the sub in certain cases. With Gojo's voice, I love both. I'm here for both. And a lot of people have complaints about Geto's voice in English. I like his voice in both as well. And there's some shows where I've never even seen a sub of it. Like I never watched the sub of Full Metal, either version. I've never seen the sub of Soul Eater or Death Note or like basically all the anime that showed up on Toonami. I've seen a bit of Naruto's dub or sub. Same thing with Bleach. Like I've seen a little bit of it, but predominantly the dub. And I feel like it's whichever one I watched the most or whichever one I was introduced to the show with is the one that I stick with. Soul Eater dub is great. But I love Soul's voice in dub. I'm also that same person that that recognizes people's voices over any anime. At least with dub. I do it sometimes with sub, but mostly with dub. And we brought up Soul Eater. I love Fire Force as well, which is the same mangaka. I'm so excited for more of that show because it's so good. If any of you have not seen Fire Force, you need to watch Fire Force. The animation is beautiful. The characters are great. The voice actor for Trunks is also in it. He plays Arthur, and he's hilarious. And Zeno, I think his last name is like Robinson or something. He voices Hunter in Owl House, and he voices Hawks in the dub. He's also in that in Fire Force. Oh, that looks dumb. We're just not gonna put that. We're just not gonna have that. I'm trying to think of what show I watched in sub that I kind of prefer the sub over the dub. I don't know, I like both a lot of times. Like I said, it just kind of depends on whichever one I started with. I think this arm is too long. That looks better. Oh, where did everybody go? What happened? Doot doot. Doot doot. Oh, sorry. That was weird. What's my holy grail of physical items relating to anime? Like my most favorite, or like the one that's kind of like obscure or hard to get, I guess. An item you covet, rare, expensive. Okay. So one that is one of my favorites, and it is my favorite because of my goof. So I obviously really like the Final Fantasy series. And one of my favorite characters besides Cloud is Vincent Valentine, you know, the edgiest of edgelords to ever exist. And I found these really cute, like chibi figures of some of the characters from Final Fantasy. And so one of them was Vincent, and I was like, oh, that's really cute. I don't have anything of Vincent. I'm gonna get one. And I thought it would be like maybe 3 or 4 inches tall, maybe. Because it was like, it wasn't expensive, but it was more expensive than I was anticipating for the size that I got. Long story short, this figure came in and it was probably 1.5 inches tall. So he's extra small. he is teensy tiny, and I love him. He is the smallest item from any anime, video game, anything. It is the smallest item that I own, and he is definitely one of my favorites. But as far as expensive goes, I don't have a whole lot of expensive items. Joel has a lot more expensive figures than I do, but trying to think. Oh, where did everybody go? Oh no. I guess one of my most coveted ones now would be a Kakashi pop figure that I got his English voice actor to sign. And that one's super special to me because Kakashi is and will always be my favorite anime character of all time. So getting to meet him was super special. signed. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so that one's super special because, like I said, he's always been my favorite anime character of all time. So getting to meet him was extremely special, and I almost cried after I got him to sign it. And I think I also talked about this one too. I got the voice actor for Joel from The Last of Us to sign my Last of Us copy, which that one was super special to me too, because that's one of my favorite video games. Yeah, that one's super special to me. Let's see. There have been a lot of figures that I usually don't go for expensive or anything. Like I have to be like super emotionally attached for something to mean a lot to me. Like I don't really care about expensive stuff. Like another one of my favorite things that I've gotten, and it was partially because Joel got it for me, but also because it's also one of my favorite anime. So I had been looking for the Demon Dog version of Sesshomaru, the pop figure version. I had been looking for it since it came out, and it was like impossible to find. And anytime I could find it, it was like stupidly priced on like eBay and Mercari and stuff. And I don't know how much he paid for it. I don't think it was like an exorbitant amount or anything, but he lucked out and he found it for me. And so he actually lives on a shelf that Joel built me. That all my other ramen toppers, all my ramen topper Digimon Demon Slayer figures are up there, and then my my two Inuyasha pops. One of them is Inuyasha and Sesshomaru fighting. It's that one big one with both of them together on it, and then the Sesshomaru Demon Dog version. And then I have probably my first piece of anime merch ever that I ever bought or was bought for me, besides Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards or anything like that, was an Inuyasha plushie. Back when I was probably like 12 or 13, maybe, when my dad bought it for me. So that one's hella old. And I think one of the other oldest pieces I have is a Pikachu plushie. I had a matching Pikachu and Raichu, but the Raichu got lost over the years, so I just have the Pikachu now. But yeah, I'm pretty frugal, so if I can find a figure for cheaper, I definitely will. So like I said, I don't have a whole lot of expensive figures. I just have a lot of little ones. Just not as little as Vincent is. He is my tiniest, and he's a constant reminder that I need to check the dimensions on stuff. Okay. There we go. Cool. But I feel like that the signed stuff is probably the most expensive, quote unquote, that I could resell for. Like, of course, the item may or may not have been expensive whenever it was first purchased, but the value went up due to signature. Because I think Joel has a cloud figure that was probably like $300. I see a price tag that's more than 100, and I'm like, pass. I'm like, that's too rich for my blood. I'll pass. Okay, I need to add the straps. That's why that looks funky. I will say another one of my favorite things that we found is a fat chocobo from Final Fantasy. It's a little alarm clock. It's really cute. Troy Baker. That I don't know why I always blank on Troy Baker's name, but that's the guy from The Last of Us. I also recently found out that he voices the main character in this show called Trinity Blood. It's another show from the distant past that I used to watch on Toonami. It was a vampire anime. It was really good. But he voiced the main. I believe he was the main or intended to be the main character, Abel Nightroad. Which, if I ever get to meet Troy Baker again, I'm going to get him to sign my Trinity Blood copy. But do either of you have any piece of a collection that you cherish for whatever reason? For either because of what it's from or like who got it for you? Oh, I kind of forgot. One of my first figures I ever bought was the Halloween Town version of, I think it was a Figma art, or not Figma, a Play Arts figure of Sora in his Halloween Town outfit. It was from Kingdom Hearts 2. That version. You would like the complete physical manga of Gunsmith Cats? It's out of print and pricey. Gunsmith Cats? I guess I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. One of my friends, her favorite anime is One Piece, and she was talking about slowly collecting the entire manga collection of of uh, of One Piece. And I was like, oof, good luck with that. You're gonna be dropping quite a bit of cash just getting them all. Not because they're like hard to find or anything. Just the sheer amount. It was big in the 90s. Two girls run a gun shop in Chicago, and antics ensue. I'll have to look it up. It sounds interesting. It's your jam? No. I will say, I used to be like, I still love Naruto, don't get me wrong. Like, it's still one of my favorite animes, and it's one of the longest standing anime I've ever kept up with. But that definitely would have been me, like, high school, junior high, high school age. Naruto was definitely my jam. That was my ish. There was an OVA. Ooh. I'll have to check it out. Another one I really loved was Code Geass. It was really sad when that show ended. Oh, what am I doing? I need those lines. Not this one, though. Or this one. Speaking of collections, you're 2 books away from having the complete Berserk library. That's crazy. There's a lot of books in that manga as well. I feel like if I had to choose one manga to collect the entire series, I think it would be Full Metal Alchemist for sure. I think I had like 2 of them when I was younger, and then I just kind of stopped collecting it. 40 as of right now. The author died before completing his work. That's so sad. I hate that for him. It was sudden too. He was past 60. Yeah. That really sucks. Did he have like cancer or something? Because I think I remember he died not too long ago, but I can't remember what he passed away from. You think it was a heart attack? That sounds right. Because I'm also a huge fan of RWBY, which Monty Ohm, he passed away a while back now. I can't remember what he passed away from. I think he was sick, but it was just so sad. He passed before his show was even fully realized. Died in a snorkeling accident? What the heck? Yeah, I knew the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh passed away, but I didn't know it was from a snorkeling accident. That's wild. That's why I don't fuck with the ocean, man. That's why like I said, that's why I don't fuck with the ocean. The ocean is a no-go for me, my dudes. Not a fan. Like the ocean, the ocean is pretty, but it's too dangerous. Yeah, no, honestly, like, even just like chest high water, and I'm kind of done skis. Like, the lack of control that you have in the water over your surroundings and everything going on. Nah. Pass. Hard pass. Also, I just don't like the thought of anything trying to touch my foot in the ocean. Like, I'm good, actually. Your dad's side of the family scuba dived all over the world. Saw some incredible things. That's dope. I love that for them. I could not. Like, we did like minimal like snorkeling one time whenever we went to South Padre Island for a spring trip when I was in high school. and like looking under the ocean and seeing all that stuff. I was just like, and I'm good, guys. I wanna go back to land now. Thanks. Like, this is cool and all, but I'm kind of done. I'm also not a huge fan of heights either. Like, super high, super low, I'm not good with it. I also have, like, mega claustrophobia. So, like, I love watching horror movies and stuff, but as soon as it starts getting into, like, tight spaces and stuff like that, I'm like, alright, let's go. No, nah, I'm good, actually. It's like, I will watch horror movies all day long. But I watched, what was it, like, As Above, So Below, where they go into the catacombs of France, and, like, just kept getting lower and tighter and lower and tighter of space, and I'm like, nah, I'm done. As soon as I could, like, stand or, like, crawl through something, no. The second we have to start crawling, nah. Good. Yes, people have gotten lost and died in those tunnels. And, like, I've seen, like, spelunking videos and stuff where people have just gotten stuck somewhere because, like, water had eroded or something, or, like, of course, like, the earth shifts a lot on its own anyway. But, like, people have gotten stuck in cave-ins. They've just gotten stuck in general because of their own hubris. And just, no. uh, like the movie The Descent, I believe. That movie. I'm like, why? Just why? Why would you go down there? Like, people who walk into those, I'm like, I don't wish you death, but you're asking for it. Like, some things aren't meant to be explored, okay? Like the hubris of man. Cave diving? No. Claustrophobia and water? Nah. I'll just die. Thanks. Like, pass. Hard pass. Okay, I think that should be enough detail for Cloud, since Animal Crossing is not super detailed. I think that should be good. Okay, now I'm at 13. Yeah. Another movie or another situation that freaks me out in horror movies is when, well, I guess it's a specific horror movie, Annabelle Creation, because the demon was an asshole and went after the one kid who had polio because she couldn't run. And I was so uncomfortable throughout the whole movie because I was like, really? You couldn't go after one of the able-bodied kids? Like, that's... Like, I know you a demon, but that's extra fucked up. Like, just go after one of the able-bodied kids. Go after one of the adults. Like, they're all easy pickings for you. Leave the kid with the polio alone. Like, that's not fair. I know it was less effort, and I know why the demon did it. Also, demon, generally, just an asshole. The whole movie, I was just like, this isn't fair. She can't run. This isn't fair. She can't run. I was just like, this is bullshit. She can't fucking run, man. So that whole movie, I was upset the whole time. I was like, there are like 20 other kids that you could have gone after. That's rude. Oops. There's a new movie coming out called, I think it's, I mean, I know it's already out in theaters. I don't know if it's on streaming yet or not, but I'm not going to watch it until it's out on streaming because I don't trust the opinion of TikTok on horror movies anymore after watching The Barbarian. And I hated that movie so much, which makes me so sad because it had two of my favorite guys in horror in it. Friggin', oh my gosh, I just forgot his name. No. Justin Long and Bill Skarsgård. But that movie was so bad. It made me so sad. They did them dirty. In my opinion. Like, everybody talked about how much they really liked that movie and about how different it was and everything. Like, I don't know if we watched the same movie, guys. I really don't know. Really don't think so. But, the reason why I bring up The Barbarian is because, like, now, people are talking about, Talk to Me, just like they were The Barbarian. So now I'm, like, sketched out from it. I'm like, I don't trust it anymore. You don't trust new movies? Such mediocrity flying around? Yeah. There's also just so much rehashing of the same movies or the same ideas over and over and over again. Or, you know, changing classic stories to fit a narrative and then still trying to call it the classic story without it being at all like the subject matter or the namesake. Is that how the ears are? Raymond, how are your ears? Okay, I guess the inner ears are quite big. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I feel like there's so much potential and then it's just squandered. I'm also curious about the new Insidious movie, which I really liked those, but I'm scared that they're gonna they're like gonna continue making movies too many times and they're just gonna ruin it. Which is gonna make me sad because I really liked those movies. Even though the red faced demon was kind of a meme for a while. Because you looked like Darth Maul. Oops. I don't know. I wish we would get like video game movies and stuff that were actually good. Like I like the Mario movie, but we need more. We need more good video game movies. Let's see. Copy. I think I'm gonna go for like 17 more minutes so we can hit the 3-hour mark, and then I'm gonna call it a night. Starting to get sleepy. I have a job interview tomorrow, so I need to not be extra tired. This similar kind of stuff that I do now. It's at another bank. It'll be like digital banking kind of stuff, like helping people set up online access and remember passwords, all that fun stuff. Whenever I did the interview, because the guy who's the department head is my friend's boss, so like I was talking to him and he was asking me kind of like what I preferred to do, like setting up people or doing like the more paperworky side versus like speaking to customers and stuff. And I was like, I don't know if this is a trick question or not. Is it 3 hours already? I don't. It's showing 2 hours and 44 minutes on my side. But, like, he asked me that question, and I was like, I don't know how to answer that because I don't know what you want me to say. Because, on the one hand, I would love to not deal with customers and just kind of do paperwork. Like, I'm completely fine just doing paperwork and like busy work and stuff. Like, if I didn't have to talk to a single person in that whole day, I'd probably be straight chillin'. I'd be completely fine with it. But I also didn't want to say that and shoot myself in the foot because they needed someone who's more customer oriented. So I was just like, I can do wherever you need me. Which I mean is honest, but also not at the same time. I mean, honestly, this job is kind of a placeholder for the moment anyway, since I'm trying to grow this and try to do more conventions and stuff and do that full time. So even if it's not exactly what I want, that's completely fine. Because it's not like it's a career job or anything. But I hope I get it because I'm really tired of the job in. Yeah. I guess I just kind of. I'm one of those, I'm like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I try to over rehearse and try to, I guess, people please. Try to give people what they want. Kind of overcompensate for it. I mean, if he asks me again, I may kind of tell him, like, if I had to choose, then I would just choose the paperwork side of it. But I'm willing to do either or. I might tell him that. Because I'm sure it'll probably come up again in the interview tomorrow. I just gotta make sure that I take my anxiety meds before I go over there. So I don't stutter through the entire ordeal. But I feel like conventions has really helped my confidence and people skills because I deal with things a lot easier now, I guess. Like, I used to freak out and really sweat, like applying for stuff or doing interviews, like even phone interviews. And I was very surprisingly chill for my phone interview. I don't know what changed, but that's the only thing that I can really think of is that I've been doing cons for so long and I'm so used to talking to random freaking people that maybe I just kind of got used to it. But I will try my best to not overthink it. Ow. Oh, back hurts. Ouch. But fingers crossed, because I do for sure want away from the job that I'm doing right now. Just because it has definitely become pretty toxic. Just because of our bosses, not because of like regular coworkers. So, which makes me really sad to leave my coworkers, because I always get like really attached to my coworkers. Ow, my My foot went to sleep. I should not have sat how I was sitting with like my leg underneath my other leg, or my foot tucked underneath my other leg. My foot is so asleep now. Ow. Yeah, I had a standing desk, but it didn't have enough space on the desk for my computer station area for packing orders and my Wacom, which it takes up a lot of space because it's mounted to the desk, and I think it's like a 17-inch screen. I just need to get a new chair because my office chair is it's old and it's not great. And plus, usually when I'm drawing, I draw in a recliner a lot, so I have my feet like crisscrossed or like tucked up into the chair, so that's how I'm used to it. So trying to get comfortable is a little awkward in this chair. "48-inch TV as your monitor." Go back to PC monitors. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. I might, because I want to do gaming stuff on here too, and I need to get a second screen because the last time I did gaming on here, I used my Wacom as my second screen, which it works just fine. It's just kind of a little funky if like I have the game full screened. So I'm thinking about getting another monitor. So getting a TV monitor wouldn't be bad, and I could almost like mount it on the TV, mount it on the wall behind my monitor. That might be cool. That way, that way the stream would be like below the game. That way, instead of having to look like left or right for the stream to see chat, I could like look down. That might make things a little easier. I don't know. Something to consider for sure. "120 Hz TVs are more expensive standard. 60 Hz is what yours is." Yeah, I'll have to look into it. It might be cheaper to go the TV route, honestly. Swear, I keep trying to zoom in with my fingers instead of using the zoom button, and it's so annoying. Oops. Okay, oops. Come on. There we go. I think that looks like Red 13's little, like, yeah, mostly his little mohawk. Let's see. Need his scar to be a little bit more than just a line. There we go. Oh, I still selected the wrong darn layer. That's okay. There we go. And then okay, well, it is almost just about time to call it for a night. I'm thinking I may stream again on Friday, depending on how bad work is, because usually the last and first day of the month are awful because everybody and their mom is calling about something stupid. So, if I don't feel like total ass after tomorrow and Friday, then I think I will stream on Friday after work and then maybe Sunday. I'm trying to get like a consistent schedule somewhat. But probably Friday, almost for sure on Sunday. And I think I'll finish this off of stream, maybe. Since tomorrow is the last day of the month, I might finish it tomorrow. And I definitely need to finish Eros tomorrow so I can get those keychains ordered. But yeah, today was super fun. We had a lot of people hanging out there for a while, and I appreciate you guys sticking in through for the whole day. You can on Friday? Cool, yeah. I'll try my best to do on Friday as long as like work doesn't make me feel like death. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks again, Captain, for becoming a patron. Super nice. But I guess I'll probably see you guys on Friday. I will make a post about it on Instagram whether or not I decide to stream. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.